G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawn again on the north side of the map, playing in the color yellow as the Chinese. We've got Flash, in brackets buff Mongol. You can tell where his passion lies. It's not with the Chinese, but no, it is with the Mongols. On the south side of the map, playing as the Rus in the color pink. His name is a single dot, but do not be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is the Wallalol god himself. He's back. It is Salami. Welcome to Dry Arabia. We are here witnessing the most overpowered civilization currently in the game, China, taking on the weakest civilization in the game, the Rus. And another thing to note is that this is a very high level game. Currently on the ranked ladder, Flash is ranked top 20. That's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Top 20. Salami though, I'll go you one even higher. He's top 10. That's pretty crazy. He's actually got 2 accounts. This is his second account that he's got, and he's going for top 10 at the moment. I think on this account he's ranked 30 at the moment, but on his main account though, top 10. So impressive stuff for both of these guys. Both very talented, very good, consistent players. Looking forward to seeing what we have today, because Dry Arabia is considered the standard map, right? Like when you take any game to Dry Arabia, it's basic, it's stock standard. It's what you'd expect for the most part. It's an open map, so if anything, it does somewhat favor the Rus in that regard. But one thing to note here for Salami, it's obviously Dry Arabia, a Rus haven. Not really, not anymore. Not the way that it used to be. You don't get those bonuses from sheep. Map doesn't really have any amazing bonuses for the Rus. We can see Flash is not even really respecting the Rus. It's just opening up with a single scout. He says, you know what, you can play as many scouts as you like on the Rus, mate. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm just going to play with a single scout. I'm not too fast. He went past a wolf in the middle of the map and he just ignored it. And I think that's, honestly, I feel like that's fine. I genuinely think, like, if you're playing these matchups here, and we can see that looks like Salami might actually find some pretty decent farm here, or at least some decent bounty. But I think at the moment, with the way that the Rus is, you can probably just avoid going that second scout. It messes with your build order too much. That's the way I find it, because you've got to think, right? Like, let's say, as an example, China, you're delaying everything by 25 seconds. Okay, 25 seconds is a lot. And you might think, oh, it's not. You're not delaying everything by 25 seconds. No, no, no. You really are delaying everything by 25 seconds. Because when you start the game off, right, you've got 6 villages. How many villages do you need to keep parity with just creating villages from the town center? And the answer is 4. You've got 6. So you've got a little bit more than what you need just to maintain production. But in addition to that, the scout is expensive. It costs more than a villager. So you're going behind in those resources to create the scout in the first place. So I would argue that you are putting yourself behind by 25 seconds. And when you consider that 25 seconds could be 25 seconds delay on your Song Dynasty, 25 seconds delay on your second town center, you could be talking about 4 or 5 villages in the long run that could add up to. And that's huge. That's massive. So I think 100% right decision coming out from Flash here to just ignore the Rus bonus, let him get the bounty, and then just try and deal with it. But, I mean, it could come back to bite him. We'll have to wait and see how Salami plays it out. Now, when it comes to Salami, you can see he's got 119 gold in the bank at the moment. Age ups come through, and the hunting cabin. Now, I wish there was a way to easily calculate the amount of bounty he had, but unfortunately there's not, or at least I'm not aware of it yet. I guess we can probably try and do it, okay? You start with 100 gold, and he's got 154 at the moment, and the wheelbarrow is coming in, so that's 304, and he's aged up. Where was I here? So 304 plus this 504 minus the 100 that he starts with. Is he really on 400 bounty? There's no way he's on 400 bounty right now. That seems like a lot. That's, oh, you know what? He's not on 400 bounty because he's got the hunting cabin, right? See, that's where it gets hard, because this has been tickling at 25 a minute. So what did I say? Like 400 or something. So maybe he's on about 300 at the moment, which is pretty decent for the bounty. There's no way for us to know, though, what it actually is going to be. But the wheelbarrow comes in nice and early for him, and I'm curious what direction he goes for. Does he look for a bit of a feudal age play here? Does he look to try and stick it up with a second town center, perhaps? So I've got 199 gold in the bank, and we do see him moving out at the moment, heading out towards what I would suspect would be a big fat Pumbaa. Look at him right there. That is a boar if I've ever seen one. But only 5 vils. Kind of a question mark, at least for me. 515 wood. Enough for a town center. We do see the gold still out here. He's yet to move any villagers onto stone. Oh my lord, it's a double boar play. Is that even legal? He's actually going for a double boar play. I don't think I've seen this in a long time. Back in the base of Flash though. Song Dynasty coming in. Not a bad little timing here. Couple of villagers on stone, not a huge amount. Still villagers on gold for whatever reason. Now keep in mind, Flash is a Mongol main. But he does dabble in a little bit of China. I was having a look through his game history. He's played a fair bit of China. It actually comes up on his page. If you go and look into AoE4 World, it says plays mainly, and it's got Mongols and China right next to it. So he knows what he's doing with the Chinese civilization. Let's just start by saying that much. Now, we do indeed see both boars taken by Salami. First one has been collected. Second one, looking to get tanked up with the scout right now. And I'm loving this. The double boar opening, and look at where he's positioning the boar. Right up against the wood line here. He's going to be able to drop the hunting cabin along that wood line, pick up maximum bounty. Beautiful job. Only 6 villagers out here, though. I guess he's done the math and realized I need 8 on this boar in the north, and then I need 6 on this boar, or something like that. You know, he's worked it out, because obviously this one's going to go a little bit faster now. I love the fact he's got the hunting cabin as well as the wooden fortress. We see the second wooden fortress coming up. Not taking any chances. And I just got to say, I massively respect this. This is super, super important to do. But Flash does spot it out. And does Flash look to deny this? Now, when it comes to denying this, it's a very awkward position to deny. A single outpost is about all you could do here. And you need to bring units as well, because the Vils would be able to burn through it before it comes up. You've got to be really careful in situations like that. And it looks like the second town center is going to be coming down for Flash. Not a bad little time there. About 6 minutes 40, maybe 6:35, something like that. Not a terrible time for him. He's about 20, 30, 40 seconds late. You can get 6-minute TCs consistently with China at the moment. And he didn't have any harassment issues coming in. We do see a wall coming in on that north side of his base. He's actually walling out his hunt here. But I guess as long as he put a gate in and a mill, I think he's probably going to put a granary right here, though. You should be fine. And we see he's actually going to change the wall up. Probably the wise move to do this. Yes, I would agree with this. I wouldn't be putting the mill down this early, though. What are you planning on migrating out here? Oh, he is planning on migrating out here. 8 Vils coming out this way. He's going to need Imperial officials for it. Now, I think the question is, where does he go from here? Now, normally when I'm playing as the Chinese, if I'm playing against a civilization where I think there's a possibility of a fast castle, I'm going to be looking to follow them up. I'm going to be looking to do a castle age myself. But all other times, I'm just going to be going straight into a lot of feudal units. So I'm wondering whether Flash is going to be thinking that same way. He's got a lot of villagers on wood at the moment, in the back part of his base. And you can see Salami scouting him out, just trying to get the read on exactly what he's got going on. The stable, never really an indication that he's going to stay feudal. If anything, this kind of spells castle age. The only way he's going to know about castle age is this gold here, but there could be golds in the back of the base. Indeed, there is. So maybe he's looking to hide it, potentially. So Salami comes through. He's looking to scout out everything, wants to know. And the high trade house, going to be coming down for Salami. Amazing spot for Salami. Look at this. Well, I'm going to throw out a number right here. I mean, I love to throw out these big numbers, right? Like 7,000. But you know it's not going to be. You know it's not going to be. There's barely any chance this is more than 300. But even then, that's pretty decent. Like, let's say on a good day, you get 300 bounty on this bad boy. Or rather, 300 gold a minute on this bad boy. Compare that, like, to, let's say you pick up 4 relics. That's 320 gold a minute. You've taken that 320 gold a minute, and you've just put it into a landmark with 5,000 health, and then you've still got the relics that you can go and pick up. This landmark, I don't see how every Rus player is not doing this, and good on Salami for doing the right thing here. But an interesting strategy. 1 TC into the double boar, and interestingly, the boar still shows on the minimap. I guess he lured the first one away, so that's kind of disappeared. But we do see Flash is going to be playing feudal, at least at the moment. A lot of villagers on food, and beginning to make farms as well next to the town center. Always a bit curious when I see farms next to the town center, but I guess it makes sense considering his position here. Yet to really have the granary coming down. I would have loved a granary up here. This is the perfect spot for a granary. I think he had a couple of deer, so probably wasn't going to be happening, but we do see the age up coming through. Let's have a look and see what it's on. 216. Okay, so not bad. About 3 relics. Still, you know, nothing to cry about. I was going to say nothing to write home about, but I'd be writing home about that. 216 gold a minute. Not terrible. So a bit of a passive game so far. We enter into the 10th minute shortly. And no one's yet to have even looked at each other. We've got 30 in destroyed value. Where do you even get 30 in destroyed value from? Where does that come from? We can see that the destroyed value is 30 for the Rus player. So does that mean that, did China cancel something? What do you even do? 30 resources, where does it even come from? I'm going to have to watch the replay just to see where these 30 resources came from. Because I can't even do the math. It's half a spearman. It just doesn't make sense. The army value is starting to build up. 1,230 at the moment for Flash. He's just chilling out. Still yet to add any villagers onto gold. Happy. Just chilling out for the moment. Imperial official numbers. Let's see if we can find them. 3 at the moment. 4th one might be over here. Yeah, 4th one is over here. So he's doing the right thing. Making sure he's supervising. Imperial examinations coming through. Extending this wall out as well. Big wall. Big walls. Big walls, big dreams right now for Flash. Side of the map. Some calls out from those scouts. Flash moving out onto the map. Would obviously... Oh my lord. Oh, look at that. That is a proxy if I've ever seen one. And it's entering into the base from the side that is completely open. It's not a proxy in this corner. Look at Flash. Flash going down over onto this west side of the map. Villagers over here. He knows about the villagers over here. He knows the ball was taken. He scouted it earlier. But the ball's completely gone. Let's see what happens, where the Salami picks up on this. You can see the units running across the map. Scout with beautiful line of sight here. The horsemen gonna get spread out. And now the villager's gonna have to head back towards this wooden fortress. No textiles. It's gonna make very, very difficult circumstances for Salami here. With this arrow slits. Oh, actually, I feel like this is pretty good for Flash because worst case scenario, he just pops out all the villagers when it's about to start burning, repairs it up a little bit, and then he's fine. Like, he's just, I mean, ideally he should be focusing the spearmen, I think, here, because they've got less health. Villagers come out, repair goes down, arrow slit's still coming in, Salami just focusing it now. Arrow slits comes through, he's still repairing, he can just repair all day, this is absolutely fine. Men-at-Arms moving into the back of the base. He might have to call units back any second. He realizes, jumps inside. Beautifully played at the moment by Salami. Wonderfully done. And now he can jump back out any second. But still, those Men-at-Arms are now idling villagers. And that is a problem for Flash. It looks like over on the west side, Outpost will go down. Wooden Fortress will go down. He tries, and no, it's not. He's going to fail. Villager's going to be running away for dear life here. So, going to be losses on both sides. Men-at-Arms still yet to receive that +1 ranged armor. We do see Bloomery going to be coming in for him. Rather, that's going to be on the side of Flash. I do apologize. It's hard because I've got Salami over here attacking from the east, so I naturally suspect him to be on the right side. Relic's getting picked up behind us. We're right on board with Flash as he looks to defend in the Feudal Age. We do see the +1 ranged armor has come through now for Salami. He's going to be able to dive these town centers for days. But do note the Barbican and the town center are going to be doing a lot of work. Wall coming off. He's actually almost got the full wall in here. The one side that remains open. An Imperial official. No, Imperial official. No, you were the chosen one. No, you weren't the chosen one. You've never been the chosen one. You just always doing this, Imperial official. We talk about this every game with China. You just put yourself in the worst places. And where did this Men-at-Arms come from? How did these guys get through here? I'm loving this timing, though, coming out. But now look at this. We got Spearmen. Is Spearmen really the best way that you can fight against this? A lot of idle villagers here. Not, for some reason, taking the rest of the berry bushes. They've taken 3 and just given up on the rest. I don't know exactly what happened, but surrounds coming through. The villager count was looking crazy. Bit of a Wallalo down here on the south side as the counter raid comes in. He's not going to find any luck. Forcing the units towards the town center and towards that position. And instead just going to be looking to take out the warrior monk. Does so successfully. Landmark still at 216 on the income. Beginning to siege down the village. Flash looking strong in, or rather, Salami looking strong in this position. I feel like I need to shift these two around. I'm going to shift them around right now. There we go. That makes it a bit easier for me. Because we've got attacks coming in from the right side for Salami. Normally, I wouldn't shift it on these sort of mid-game timings. But the way I see it is, you know, we've got an attack over here from the right side, so I want to see my units here on the right panel. And then Flash on the defensive over here. West side. Fitted leatherwork coming in right now for Flash. Looking to try and hold on a little bit longer. It's going to be that mass spearman in the Feudal Age. So that's how Flash is going to be looking to try and hold this. And he should be fine as long as he gets a decent surround. You can see that Men-at-Arms still getting shredded completely. Bloomery's through. Fitted leatherwork coming through shortly. Battering ram not going to be focusing that down. And Spearman moving forward. Is a Spearman the answer? I mean, he's got 9 attack compared to 4 armor. Obviously, that goes up to +2, 6. That's a bigger problem, but you can kind of take him by surprise here, and that's what he's done. Villager's going to be falling back here, and he looks to try and go toe-to-toe. The Feudal Spearmen up against the men-at-arms. You'd think it would go the way of the men-at-arms quite easily, but do not be fooled. These Chinese spearmen, they hit hard. Got those upgrades. And look at him focusing down the men-at-arms on the front line. Getting a decent surround. The numbers here are decent. Not a whole lot of men-at-arms here for Salami. But it's going to be enough to hold this position for the moment. More men-at-arms running in. Relics getting picked up behind the scenes, and we hear the spearmen just being annoying over on that little warrior monk. But the numbers still pumping out. Still pumping out right now for Flash. He's not supervising anything. He's completely idle. Flash needs to hold on. Needs to live a little bit longer. Go on, Flash, I believe. You can do it. The Chinese Dark Age, or rather Castle Age, rather Feudal Age. There we go. I get it eventually, don't worry. Fitted leatherwork has come through. So is Salami looking for anything himself? He is looking for fitted leatherwork himself. It's going to be a lot harder to take this fight once fitted leatherwork comes through for Salami. You're going to be going from, what is it, from 5 effective damage down to 4 effective damage. That is a big loss, but we do see Astronomical Clock Tower coming in the back of the base. Very urgently needed. He's going to need to drop an archery range here and look to start supervising out some archers. But take a look at the difference between economies at the moment. 42 villagers against 77. But remember, there's a lot working on the side of Salami. He had boars. He had landmarks, like big boy landmarks, like this bad boy right here, 216. And of course, he's got relics that are getting picked up. He's at 4 at the moment. Shortly going to be up to 5. Where is that archery range? Where is that archery range, Flash? We need to see it. He needs to be hitting that archery range immediately. Maybe even trying to give the enemy a little runaround. Try and work on these battering rams. These are a really good focus for you. You can force a lot of these men-at-arms to come back and try and defend the battering rams. Behind the scenes, we still are yet to see archery ranges. Where are the archery ranges? Is he running out of resources? Is that the issue? The villagers have had to move all the way over to the west side here, behind the walls. Springwood emplacements now coming through. He's also looking to fortify this position. Barbican also picks up the Springwood emplacement. You can see the damage coming out here. He's holding on for dear life. The men-at-arm timing, not terrible. But definitely at the moment, Flash is in a solid position. It is a huge all-in from Salami. 1 TC behind this. Relic's just chilling out in the base. He's got 3 with the 4th one holding on. And those men-at-arms slowly getting cleaned up by the fortifications. He's repairing that farm. He's repairing the farm. All right. Looks like it's going to be stables coming out for Flash. An interesting decision. See, for me, the way I look at this, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to drop an archery range. I'm going to supervise the archery range, and then I'm just going to make a whole bunch of crossbows. And I'm going to rally them to the Barbican. And the Barbican's got the Springwood emplacement. And just naturally, I'm just never going to let my crossbows die. I'll just kite all day. And eventually, I will build up enough crossbows that I can defeat you and beat you and push you back. But now we see Flash really struggling. A single knight in queue, a lancer in queue. Also a nest of bees. Not the most effective unit here. It's a lot of resources that could be spent somewhere else. 600 resources for... He's going to drop down a keep. A lot of villagers here. There should be enough. Now keep in mind the battering rams got 50 armor. So the keep will do effectively against the men-at-arms, but not so effectively against those battering rams. But fortunately, the keep will clear out the position so that the villagers can do the rest of the work. And the nest of bees gets found out. Keep in mind, these guys have got extra bonus damage against siege. There's a way through up towards this top side, but I don't know whether it's gonna be relevant. Men-at-arms trying their best to take out this keep. Not gonna happen. There's no doubt that you are getting that keep up. That is for sure. Nest of bees makes its way through. That, as we somewhat predicted, gets off a single volley, taking out 2 men-at-arms, which isn't terrible. But now that keep comes up. You've got 3 fortified positions here. Town center going to be also coming up here. Look at Flash. He's focusing. He says, you know what? I can just ignore your army. You push to the north, that's fine. I don't mind. At most, you take out my clock tower. That's not a big deal for me. I got my Barbican. I'm still alive. I'm repairing my town center. Things are getting better. And remember, he's still pumping out villagers. He's got that Song Dynasty going for him. At least now he's still pumping out villagers. But he's lost a lot of landmarks. If he wants to get any more Imperial officials out, he's going to need to get his Imperial Academy up. You can always just build them in the town center, but do you really want to be wasting all that time? 20 seconds for an Imperial official, 13 seconds for a villager. It's going to cost you 1.5 villagers if you really want to do it. And behind this, we can see just... Is the warrior monk just chilling, just protecting the villagers? Because I feel like it is. Still 216. You have to hit that tier 3 just yet. Villagers returning. The migration has occurred. Now we've got that... what's it called when people return home? I mean, you've got expats, right? You know, I don't know if I should say it. No, I'm not going to say it. Wallalol going to get denied. Forward keep coming in for Flash. I like this play. You know, force the enemy into a bit of an awkward position. A lot of villagers moving out across the map. 23 villagers as well. He could actually look to turn this game around here. Because the position back home is being defended, right? Like, the keep is here. The keep has got the springald emplacement. You've got villagers to burn down any attempt on this last landmark. Because right now, Salami's sitting at 2 out of 3, or 2 out of 4. This is going to take him to 3 out of 4. So if we get a keep and a siege workshop, which is what we're getting on the front line, there could be a little bit of a landmark sniperoo coming through right here. I'm a big fan. I like it. I like what we're seeing. Great job from Flash to recognize that there could be an opening here. And he looks to abuse it. He's got plenty of resources in the queue. The main thing I want to see is just get an Imperial official out. Just send an Imperial official down here, start supervising that bad boy up immediately. That's the way I'd be looking for it. But the landmark is going to go down. And now that challenge is going to be put to Salami. Let's see how much damage he can do here. And look at this. Huge amount of villagers on the front line. He's pumping out behind this. Plenty of villagers on wood. Plenty of villagers on gold. And it's that last landmark that matters. The Barbican. The single Barbican remains. You can see right now the wooden fortress is going to be coming up. That last relic also getting picked up, but it's going to be over for Flash. He's going to hold the relic next to the town center, next to the keep, so that if anyone tries to dive this keep, this landmark, he can just throw out the wall. I love it. This is actually big brain play. This is big brain play. Numero uno right now. Now, where is the defense for Salami? Salami needs to be thinking about trebuchets himself. He needs to be thinking about springalds potentially. You need something to clear this out. There's the siege workshop. I'm blind as a bat. I do apologize. Does he look for the Barbican? 3 out of 4. And you can see the monk just chilling out. I'd keep the monk in this town. Maybe even just keep the monk in the Barbican. But if you do, and he moves in right on top of where the exit point is, you can't really wallalol. I mean, you can do like a cute little like pop in, pop out wallalol thing, but maybe it's safer just to keep it down in this town center. It depends what you're aiming to achieve. I think that's it. But now on that south side, the first of the trebuchets are out. Begins working on the wooden fortress. Now, there's plenty of stone in the bank here for Flash. He could be looking for a keep drop, but where are those villagers? There they are. They're on the backside. He brings the villagers down to the south side here. I'd love to see another siege workshop drop down from him. I think it'd be so smart, so cute. The way that he's playing this, it's just on point. Villagers need to move out, need to start repairing this keep. Ideally, you want to make sure that you start repairing the keep as quickly as you can. Oh, it's a swing and a miss, a terrible swing and a miss. There's a 90% chance that hits. And a 10% chance that it misses, and it misses. That's painful. It's painful in a position like this as well. Keep comes up, though. He's got another angle he can run, but the second trebuchet is out for Salami. At the same time, oh my lord! Salami says, all right, let's try it. Let's see what you can do. He's got the wallalol ready. You can see him standing by. Let's see how much he's able to dive this and whether he's willing to go through. The wallalol comes in, but it's nowhere near enough, and Salami's just going to walk away from it. The battering rams are coming in. We're entering into the cinematic mode because this could be it right now. So many men-at-arms. He's sniping down the single landmark. He's taking him to the ranch right now. We've seen a lot of ranches coming out. Another wallalol somewhere. It's over here. The villagers take out the wallalol, but it's not going to matter right now. The town center is not up. And with this, the last landmark will go down, and Flash will be taken out of this game. Good game. Salami victorious in a beautiful game here against Flash. Fellas, go check out Salami. I'm going to leave a link in the description to where you can watch him live. He might even be streaming right now. So go say good day, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.